Moshlanche says corruption in government tender processes steals from the needy. And Bafana loses against 5-time champions. With your latest news updates, I'm Hasina Gori. Deputy President Kgalema Moshlanche says corruption in government tender processes is a huge problem as it takes resources from the needy. He was addressing a conference on poverty at the University of Cape Town. Moshlanche says Cabinet is grappling with the problem of overpricing by suppliers to government. He says efforts are being made to get in-house engineers to prevent being ripped off by contractors.
Give an example. The Ministry of Health has an in-house engineer, and very recently they had Public Works indicating to them that renovations of their head office will cost 23 million. The resident engineer then sat them down and said, well, okay, let's break it down, let's work through this. And he says they couldn't go beyond 5 million. Yes. And yet the quotation was for 23 million.
President Jacob Zuma says some political figures have used the recent Maracana tragedy to attack his administration. The president has come under fire from various political figures and civil society organizations for the way he handled the massacre. A total of 44 people were killed at the Lonmin Platinum Mine in the northwest. President Zuma used the ANC Centenary Memorial Lecture on the party's former president, Chief Albert Luthuli, in Kimberley yesterday to accuse some political leaders of using the incident for political gain.
We also urge politicians to resist the temptation to hijack the labor dispute for their own ends. We do not need incitement and inflammatory talk at this stage. It is not good for Marikana and is not good for our country. In the memory of Nkosi Luthuli, who taught us to work for peace and will not allow ourselves to be diverted from our mission of building this beautiful country by people who have ulterior motives in the situation.
Greenpeace has become the latest global environmental organization to criticize government's decision to lift the moratorium on shale gas mining or fracking in the Karoo, which was announced yesterday. Greenpeace says fracking is just another bad fossil fuel dead end. Another group, the Worldwide Fund South Africa, says it will call on the Mineral Resources Department to release the findings of the report that led to the decision. WWF SA's Living Planet Unit head, Salim Fakir, says they also think that government should have had more public consultations before making the decision.
Without the report being released, we don't know on what basis the decision has been made. We are still of the view that fracking is going to be one of the most intrusive form of extraction of gas in South Africa, and that if we don't put in the proper safeguards, there would be very big consequences for people in the Karoo and the environment in the Karoo.
And finally, Bafana went down 1-0 against 5-time world champions Brazil in an international friendly in São Paulo yesterday. Bafana will play against Mozambique on Tuesday. Catch the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak's Option 1.